Yeah. So Make in India was an initiative, but I am not going into that how much it is successful, because there are a lot of I would say a lot of expectation, but are we actually reach up to the expectation? Those are debatable issue. I am not going into that, but yes, there are some progress, at least the realization that you should have the self-sufficiency domestically. That will always gives you the strength that you can project to the world. So historically, if you see, I am talking about the Mauryans era or those Chola eras, and post that the Mughal era, and then the Maratha dynasty, and all these. If you just go through this history, you have seen that whosoever has actually dominated our country, they always have their domestic production capability. Whatever they will use, they should have the localized industry to develop that. Otherwise, just purchasing from outside, you cannot sustain. Now, the beauty of this conflict is that this is the conflict, I would say, the real conflict, it's a not a full-scale war, but real conflict after a long time. That is from Kargil era, right? 1998. सो कारगिल वॉर के बाद यही फर्स्ट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट था जिसमें इंडिया ऑफिशियली एंगेज विद पाकिस्तान. You can say that anti-terrorism drive has been taken in 2016 or in 2019. 2016, obviously, in the form of surgical strike, 2019 in the form of Balakot strike and all. But practically, those are not even conflict. Why? Because one side claims the action, another side just denying it. So there was not much of a kind of a conflict or battle, if you can say. It is not at that level. So this one, just after the Kargil, it has actually happened. Now, during Kargil time, our domestic industry, especially from weapon manufacturing perspective or military capability perspective, we are very much dependent on few nations in the world. Obviously, Russia was the number one. And our 78 to 80% of the military equipments are purely depending on the Russian technology and Russian production. There are few licensed production, very few we are actually doing, and ordnance factories were very much involved. But during Kargil, what we have learned that if you don't have the domestic production capability at the time of war or at the time of emergency, two things will happen with you. Suddenly, a known friend can be turned into foe, and friend who is not turned up into foe, they will suddenly started charging you hefty amount for the supplies those are required for you. Now, this will drain out your war capital and also your resources. Now, if you are thinking in this way, that देखिए ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, ग्लोबली जो बेस्ट अवेलेबल है, मेरे पास तो रिजर्व्स है, $640+ बिलियन का रिजर्व्स है, तो इतना मांगेंगे दे देंगे. बट एक बात सोच के देखिए, $640 बिलियन, is it only to be used for war perspective? Answer is no. You have lot of commitments. You need to maintain your export-import balance. You need to maintain the energy requirement. You need to maintain the day-to-day food requirement, day-to-day multiple essential goods and commodities which are coming from international imports. You have to maintain all this. You have to pay them. So, war available forex reserve might be a fraction of that. Now, if you are continuously drilling it out, तो यूक्रेन जैसा हाल होगा. You need to continuously look into the NATO countries like, and they will support. But for India, what you have seen, nobody there coming in support for India's cause of this war. Nobody even give any comment, give any statement. Even Russia not given any open statement. But people are there ready to support Pakistan. So think about it. If you do not have any production capability, if you do not have any reserves, and if you are thinking the situation is just Kargil-like situation, would you be
इनफैक्ट
able to
कारगिल
sustain
का
the
भी
war?
टाइम में बहुत हालत खराब हो गया था. इवन इफ यू हैव नॉट गेट दैट लेजर गाइडेड मिसाइल, मे बी इट द कारगिल वॉर कंटिन्यू फॉर अनदर 6-7 months, and there are many body back soldier body dead bodies are coming. So after
लेजर
getting
गाइडेड मिसाइल तो बाद का बात है. You are
mm,
not even getting the satellite feeds.
yes,
You are not being able to understand वो हिल्स के ऊपर कहाँ पे सोल्जर्स लोग बैठे हुए हैं and they have started firing. You don't have any feeds for that. ये तो हालत
बहुत
था.
इनिशियल स्टेज में बहुत
Yeah.
कैजुअलिटी हुआ था. ओके सो
Yes. So,
यस
so
सो
just to conclude this on this part, so definitely the domestic production has a role to play. But the fact here is you need to focus that which one I should produce and which one I should procure. So that balance is also very important. Now, many of us are keen to know about the company's name and all this stuff. My quick suggestion to all of you, before zeroing is a company for the purchase purposes from their stocks, you need to understand that what is their balance, what they are actually producing. Are they producing the strategic equipments or they are producing the generic equipments? Just for an example, I'm telling you, the Ordnance Factory Board has been dismantled and created a lot of corporations, 5 or 6 corporations, right? Now, what they are up to, they gives you small equipments like top ke gole, rifles, military gears, bullets, ये सब देंगे ये लोग. But are you going to win a war with this? Answer would be no. So you need some strategic production, and that strategic production you can only achieve through corporate rapid production system and capacity development. Now, when you are selecting a stock, you need to see that whether these companies are aligned with the strategic production part and do they have the capacity to build that. That analysis is important. Okay, over to you.
If you like the video and my analysis, please like, share and subscribe Nogra Invest channel for more of such informative videos to boost your investment journey. If you are differing with my thoughts and my view and my analysis, please put your thought on the comment section below. Thank you and see you in the next videos.